Yeah, you already know what it is. Lethal Talent 24, dive bombing at you with some Eagles content. Let's go. Yo, what's up, fam? It's your boy Lethal Talent 24 coming at you with another video. Now, before I get into this stuff with the Eagles, man, I'm just gonna say this. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but long story short, a very close family member, my aunt, contracted COVID, and now she's at a stage where she may or may not make it. For right now, the circumstances seem very dire. So, in any event that you guys don't hear from me, you can assume the worst. And I may need a minute because I'm very close with my aunt. And right now, there's not a lot of medical facilities that feel that they are able to help her in the condition that she is in. So, I'm hoping for the best. I really am. You never want to see your loved ones go through any kind of pain, especially one such as this, when the whole thing could have been prevented. But that's neither here or there at this point, man. Just gotta hope that she can pull through it. But let's move on to something that's a little well, I guess you could say it's still bad, but at the end of the day, it's just a game. Even though it's life for a Philadelphia Eagle fan, on all things comparison, it's really not, it's not life-threatening. But so I'm just gonna talk about the game for a little bit. Now, the game, as far as the game goes, man, I will not understand. And good game to the Seahawks, by the way. So the Philadelphia Eagles lose to the Seattle Seahawks, 23-17, and I was 5 points off from Seattle, scoring the points that I predicted, but I got the Eagles right. So, it was almost 17-9 again, which I would have just absolutely, I would have hated. But, it just comes down to, offensively, Doug Peterson, Carson Wentz, right? Carson Wentz was, 25 of 45 with 215 yards, which most of those yards came from Dallas Goedert and Richard Rodgers. And there were sprinkles in of the wide receiver core with Jalen Reagor, Alshon Jeffrey, and Travis Fulgham, right? And, and also, running backs Boston Scott. But when you have a running back, a 3-down back, such as Miles Sanders, you have an offensive line who's struggling, who got their ass whooped, by the way, gave up 6 sacks, and Carson Wentz was hit more than those sacks. He was hit more than 6 times. I guarantee you that. And you can say, you could blame one person, you can blame this, you could blame that. And Carson had his struggles. He missed some wide open throws. His mechanics are trash. But at the end of the day, Doug Peterson didn't do him any favors either. And I'm not apologizing for Wentz. I'm not sitting here saying that, Wentz is not a problem. So get that shit out your head right now. I ain't got time for it. I really don't. There's apparently a lot of issues on this team, and it doesn't just start with Wentz. Because putting Hurts out there, which the one play that they did have, which everybody was sitting there saying that, he was getting first team reps, which didn't, which obviously wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? He was getting same amount of first team reps. And, Doug Peterson on 1st and 5, you have 1st and 5, and you have a running back like Miles Sanders, and you refuse to run the ball. You refuse to run the ball. And then, you even got the commentators, Lou Riddick, talking about, with the Alshon Jeffrey pass, these receivers dropping balls, that's not helping Wentz. Well, that's been the thing pretty much all year. If Wentz is not on point, throwing the ball, then when he actually is on point, they freaking drop the ball. It obviously wasn't just a Nelson Aguilar problem. This team has got dropitis, man. And, I don't know. I didn't understand why Doug's game plan was to have him drop back 45 freaking times and throw the ball. If you see him struggling, you rely on the run game. And yes, Seattle is a top 5 defensive team against the rush. Okay, cool. But you still got to keep him honest, and you barely did that. And then and then there's the 4th down play, or no, the 3rd down play or whatever, or 4th down play actually, where he doesn't choose to kick the field goal and get us some points. You choose to go for it, and man. It's just ridiculous. And then you want to sit there and claim that he was just trying to be aggressive. At some point, there is a road, the end of the road you got to come to when it comes to analytics and football situations. You take the points. You take the points. And Jake Elliott, boy, he need to go. We need to get a better kicker up in here, because I'm tired of just the missed opportunities from him, the missed extra points, field goals, what have you. It's been up and down with him. And then you got, none of these receivers could get separation. You got Jalen Reagor, he's a rookie. Everybody else is a rookie. And the rookies that were picked, rookie wide receivers that were picked are balling out right now. Or at least solid. Jalen Reagor hasn't shown me anything. I don't care if he's been in there's nothing wrong. There was something wrong with his hands. There was nothing wrong with his legs, and he can't get any kind of route combinations or him being able to separate. Even Ron Jaworski said that he looks undisciplined in his route running. So, again, we got a guy that would have fast straight line speed, thought he was like a Deshaun Jackson again. It reminds me of Shelton Gibson, and he's probably, he's probably like Shelton Gibson. But you know what? Doug didn't do him any favors either, because he didn't use him how he should have been used. And that's what I'm saying. It just goes at it's always the same thing. It's play calling, then it's play execution, and then it's lack of attention to detail. Hence the old line. Wide receivers can't get open. You got your tight ends getting them doing most of the work, getting most of the yards. Hell, if it had not been for Richard Rodgers' hands, we probably don't score another point off of that Hail Mary. Now, moving on to the defense, man. Jim Schwartz had said something earlier to DK Metcalf. He said he was trying to give him a compliment, basically saying that, he compared him to Megatron, but he's not there yet. I'm sorry. Not only do you not give somebody or say something like that to somebody who could turn it and twist it and use it as motivation, I was giving him a compliment. Well, it really didn't seem like you really respected him all that much, considering you gave Darius Slay no help, and he got torched for almost 200 yards in the game against DK Metcalf alone. DK Metcalf, who we should have drafted, by the way. Thank you, Howard Roseman. Who we should have drafted, basically killed us by himself, along with Russell Wilson and Chris Carson. They ran the ball. They have tough guys that run the ball. And unfortunately, we basically have a shifty, but he could get those tough yards. and we don't utilize our running back, but they know how to utilize theirs. Even with the offensive line like there, they knew how to utilize their run game. And then they opened up the pass, and boom, Darius Slay just getting burned, torched. And don't get me wrong about Avonte Maddox, man. He did his thing. He tried. But he's not an outside corner. How many times we got to say this? And you keep leaving him out on the island. See, this is the kind of stuff that gets you fired. I love the fact that our defensive line was in it. But on our secondary, when you keep calling single high safeties and you don't give any of our cornerbacks help, this is the exact same thing you get. And it doesn't make any sense how you don't adjust to that. None. Russell Wilson created time to throw, and I mean, he had a lot more time than Carson had, because as soon as somebody finally came open, by the time that happened, he got sacked. And Russell was able to throw the ball deep down the field. And of course, he's much more accurate than Carson Wentz. So it's but the fact that you just leave your corners out to dry, it just shows that you're arrogant as hell. And you probably did give him bulletin board material. I was just giving him a compliment. Man, shut up. Adjust to the freaking offense that you're playing against, and quit trying to boost up somebody or tear down somebody. You got no place in doing that. I don't care if you won a Super Bowl. Bitch, you ain't done shit since. Even in the Super Bowl, you gave up almost freaking 2,000 yards. So your defense gave up almost 2,000 yards, man. That's nothing to be proud of. So screw that, man. Oh, gosh. Now, Avonte Maddox and that flag for the pass interference, that wasn't pass interference. That was ticky-tack. Now, the one against Jalen Reagor, when Jalen Reagor was running his route and trying to come back for the ball, that should have been called. They didn't call that. These refs, I'm not blaming the refs, but, just ticky-tack shit like that, man. It just pisses me off. But anyway, that's really all I got, guys. I mean, it's just, people, and then Doug today, it's just, just shut up. I'm tired of hearing these guys. It's the same crap. You don't see what's, I mean, there's a bomb in your house, and you see it going off. You know it's about to go off, but you don't rush out the door. You're just like, it's not going to go off. It's unbelievable, man. I'm ready for a change. I'm ready for stuff to get better. I'm ready for Howie to get out of the GM position. As long as they move him, I just don't want him as GM anymore. He got to go, man. He got to go, be moved up, whatever. He got to go. I'm tired of this stuff. How do you feel about Doug and his conference today? And, how do you feel about Schwartz? Let me know in the comments below. You guys, man, that's all I got. So you guys take it easy. Go Birds. EAGLES Eagles. And that's what's up, baby. You guys take it easy. Peace.
Every time they put me in a battle, I'm lethal. Nigga too sweet and low, you ain't equal. Shut 'em down.